ADW Hatred Slam 31st show of 2022 by Colton Dennis. The crowd is cheering. Hello everyone and welcome to the 31st show of Hatred Slam. And we're coming off of a great Blood Rumble per view. What did you think? Asked announcer number 1. Oh, it was awesome. We crowned 2 new champions. But I just loved Messenger's face as he landed onto the floor. Very memorable, said announcer number 2. Yes, it was memorable. But tonight we're gonna have our new number 1 contenders for the championships. And instead of sitting here talking about it, what do you say about heading to the ring? Asked announcer number 1. I say, it's time to shut up and fight, said announcer number 2. Bell dings. This match is scheduled for 1 fall, is a fatal 4-way, and is a number 1 contenders match for the XX Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Smile, the Cat, Feline and Mantis, said announce number 3. Bell dings. The Smile goes after Mantis. Both Feline and the Cat are punching each other. Feline knees. The Cat's stomach, grabs her head, runs then throws her through the middle ropes. The Cat lands onto the floor. The Smile goes to punch Mantis. Mantis blocks then continuously punches the Smile. The Smile continuously groaning then staggers backwards into the ropes. Mantis stops, looks at the Smile then punches her. The Smile falls through the middle rope then lands onto the floor. There goes Smile, said announcer number 1. Mantis turns around then looks at Feline. Here we go, said announcer number 2. Both Feline and Mantis lock up. Feline puts a headlock onto Mantis. Mantis groans. Bounces Feline off of the ropes then pushes her. Feline holds onto the ropes on the opposite side of the ring then looks at Mantis. Mantis runs at Feline. Feline lifts Mantis over the top rope. Mantis lands onto the ledge of the ring. Feline turns around. Mantis kicks the right side of Feline's head. Feline groans then falls onto her knees. Mantis walks along the ledge of the ring, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Mantis is looking to fly, said announcer number 1. Mantis gets to the top turnbuckle. The Smile climbs onto the ledge of the ring then pulls Mantis's left leg. Mantis lands onto the top rope then she groans. The Smile lifts Mantis's legs onto the middle rope then climbs up the turnbuckle. What is the Smile thinking here? Asked announcer number 2. The Smile gets to the rope, stands up onto it, balances herself, jumps then does a Hurricane Rana onto Mantis. What a Hurricane Rana, said announcer number 1. The Smile covers Mantis. 1, 2. Feline pulls the Smile off of Mantis. 2, said referee number 1. Feline continuously kicking the Smile. The Smile continuously groaning. The Cat climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Feline punches the Cat. The Cat falls onto the ledge of the ring. Feline turns around. The Smile kicks Feline's stomach. Feline groans. The Smile runs, bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring then boots the right side of Feline's head. Feline groans then rolls outside of the ring. The Cat slowly stands up onto the ledge of the ring. The Smile grabs the Cat. The Cat grabs the Smile's head then hangs her off the top rope. The Smile gasps, then falls onto the mat. The Cat climbs up the turnbuckle. Cat's heading up now, said announcer number 2. The Cat gets to the top turnbuckle, looks down at the Smile, jumps off of it then does a body splash onto her. The Smile groans. The Cat hooks the Smile's left leg. 1, 2. The Smile kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. The Cat stands up. Mantis kicks the Cat in the left side of her head. The cat falls onto the mat, groans, then rolls outside of the ring. Mantis is back up, said announcer number 2. Feline climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Mantis runs, jumps onto the middle rope on the side of the ring, then does a springboard dropkick onto Feline. Feline falls off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. What a beautiful springboard dropkick by Mantis, said announcer number 1. The smile turns Mantis around. Mantis quickly kicks the smile in the left side of her head. The smile falls onto the mat, then she groans. Mantis covers the smile. 1, 2. The smile kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Close 1, said announcer number 2. Mantis picks the smile up, then whips her into the corner. The smile groans. Mantis runs at the smile, then goes for a jumping clothesline onto her. The smile moves. Mantis's right arm goes into the top turnbuckle. She groans, then walks out of the corner. The smile rolls Mantis up. 1, 2. Mantis kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Both Mantis and the smile stand up, then collide into each other. Oh, that looked like a devastating impact, said announcer number 1. Feline appears on the top turnbuckle, jumps off of it, then does a body splash onto Mantis. Mantis groans. Feline covers Mantis. 1, 2. Mantis kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Feline stands up, picks Mantis up, then throws her through the middle rope. Mantis lands onto the floor. Feline turns around, then sees the smile slowly standing up. The smile turns around. Feline goes to superkick the smile. The smile ducks, runs, then bounces off of their ropes. Feline turns around. The smile dropkicks Feline's left leg. Feline falls onto the mat. She groans, then holds her left leg. The smile stands up, grabs Feline's left leg, then looks up at their cat. The cat climbs onto the ledge of the ring. The smile goes to punch the cat. The cat ducks. The smile spins around. The cat jumps onto the smile's back, then locks in sleeper hold through the middle rope. The sleeper hold is locked in, said announcer number 2. And the ref can't do anything. There's no disqualification in a fatal 4-way, said announcer number 1. The cat tightens the submission. The smile is waving her arms, then slowly closes her eyes. Smiles fading, said announcer number 2. Mantis climbs onto the ledge of the ring. Feline quickly stands up, then superkicks Mantis. Mantis groans, falls off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. What a superkick, said announcer number 1. Feline is holding her left leg, sees the cat with the sleeper hold on the smile, then superkicks her. The cat groans, breaks the submission, bounces off the ledge of the ring, then lands onto the floor. That superkick probably knocked cat out, said announcer number 2. Feline stands up, crawls, then covers the smile. 1, 2. The smile kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. Smile kicked out. That means she is still in this thing, said announcer number 1. Feline stands up, walks towards the corner, then waves at the smile. Feline's gonna go for her super kick again, said announcer number 2. The smile pulls herself up with the ropes, then turns around. Feline goes to super kick the smile. The smile catches Feline's right leg, then swipes her left leg. Feline lands onto the mat. The smile wraps around Feline's left leg, then locks in a figure 4 leg lock onto her. Feline is screaming. The figure 4 is locked in, said announcer number 1. Will Feline tap out? Feline continues screaming. The smile raises her body off of the mat. Feline continues screaming, then taps out. Ring the bell, said referee number 1. Beldings. Here's your winner. The smile, said announce number 3. The smile breaks. The submission then stands up. Referee number 1 raises the smile's right arm. Smile will now face Gem for the XX Championship, said announcer number 2. Congratulations to Smile. She finally got her opportunity, said announcer number 1. Man, I can't wait for this match. Gem appears backstage staring at the TV. Look. Who's watching? Said announcer number 2. Gem. That's your new threat. Well folks, we now turn our attention to the tag team titles, said announcer number 1. Beldings. This match is scheduled for 1 fall. Is a 5 tag team battle royale and is a number 1 contenders match for the tag team championships. Introducing the challengers, the Martyr and Buster, Bombardment and Mr. Indestructible, Sphinx and Mutiny, Fatal Fury and the Bull and the Anaconda and the Hallowed, said announcer number 3. Beldings. All 10 men are attacking each other. Here we go. A 10 tag team battle royale, where the winners will face the men to our left and right, said announcer number 1. Evening, gentlemen, said announcer number 2. Evening, said the Strangler. So, which team would you two like to face? Asked announcer number 1. Doesn't matter, we'll beat them and retain our tag titles, said Revanger. The Bull is punching Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible is groaning, then leaning against the ropes. The Bull steps backwards, then goes to clothesline Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible ducks. The Bull goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Bull is out of the match already, said announcer number 2. Well, he used his own momentum, said announcer number 1. Bombardment head butts Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury groans, then falls into the ropes. Bombardment picks Fatal Fury up, then whips him into the corner. Fatal Fury groans. Bombardment runs at Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury moves. Bombardment goes face first into the corner, then he groans. Hey guys, help me, said Fatal Fury. The group attacks Bombardment. That's right. Get that fat ass out of the ring. Get him out, said Revanger. Bombardment is hitting people's backs. The group lifts Bombardment over the top rope. Bombardment lands onto the floor. Bombardment is gone, said announcer number 2. Bombardment looks up at the Martyr. I didn't have anything to do with that. I'm sorry, said the Martyr. It's alright. Look out, said Bombardment, pointing. The Martyr turns around. The Hallowed superkicks the Martyr. The Martyr goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. Martyrs has been eliminated, said announcer number 1. Revanger stands up. Yeah, get your asses out of here. You lost, you're losers, said Revanger. Both Bombardment and the Martyr look at each other, then start attacking both Revanger and the Strangler. Things are getting out of hand now, said announcer number 2. Buster is kicking Sphinx. Sphinx is groaning. Buster whips Sphinx into the corner, runs, then does a corner clothesline onto him. Sphinx walks out of the corner. Buster grabs Sphinx by his throat, lifts him up, then chokeslams him. Sphinx groans. What a chokeslam by Buster, said announcer number 1. Buster picks Sphinx up, then tries lifting him over the top rope. The Anaconda hits Buster's back. Buster groans, then lets go of Sphinx. Sphinx lands onto the ledge of the ring, then rolls back into the ring. The Anaconda is punching Buster. Buster is groaning. The Anaconda bounces Buster off of the ropes. Buster holds onto the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. The Anaconda runs at Buster. Buster lifts the anaconda over the top rope. The anaconda lands onto the ledge of the ring. Buster turns around. The anaconda goes to punch Buster. Buster blocks, then grabs the anaconda by his throat. The anaconda elbows Buster in the side of his head. Buster is groaning, then lets go of the anaconda. The anaconda jumps up onto the top rope. Buster grabs the anaconda by his throat. The anaconda is shaking his head. Buster throws the anaconda off of the top rope. The anaconda lands onto the floor. Then he groans. "There goes anaconda," said announcer number 2. Fatal Fury punches Sphinx. Sphinx groans, then walks towards the corner. "Sphinx doesn't want to be there," said announcer number 1. Fatal Fury continuously punches Sphinx all over his body. Sphinx continuously groaning. Fatal Fury whips. Sphinx stops, then pulls him back into the corner. Sphinx groans. Fatal Fury runs at Sphinx. Sphinx boots Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury walks away. Sphinx runs at Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury quickly turns around, then clotheslines Sphinx hard. Sphinx groans. "Oh man, that looked like that hurt," said announcer number 2. Fatal Fury picks Sphinx up, runs towards the ropes, then throws him over the top of them. Sphinx lands onto the floor. "Sphinx has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. "There's a member left of each team," said announcer number 2. Mutiny hits Fatal Fury's back. Fatal Fury groans. Mutiny bounces Fatal Fury off of the ropes, then goes to clothesline him. Fatal Fury ducks, then bounces off of the ropes. Again, Mutiny turns around. Fatal Fury does a jumping clothesline onto Mutiny. Mutiny groans, then stands up next to the ropes. Fatal Fury punches Mutiny all over his body, bounces him off of the ropes, then does a back elbow onto him. Mutiny groans. "Fatal Fury is taking it to Mutiny," said announcer number 1. Mutiny stands up, then turns around. Fatal Fury lifts Mutiny over his head, then walks towards the ropes. Sphinx climbs onto the ledge of the ring. "Why is Sphinx still out here?" asked announcer number 2. Fatal Fury drops Mutiny onto the mat, then looks at Sphinx. Sphinx is yelling at Fatal Fury. Fatal Fury punches Sphinx. Sphinx falls off the ledge of the ring. "Get out of here before I do much worse to you," said Fatal Fury. Mutiny stands up, runs, then clotheslines Fatal Fury from behind. Fatal Fury goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. "Fatal Fury has been eliminated," said announcer number 1. Buster grabs Mutiny from behind, runs, then throws him over the top rope. Mutiny is holding onto the top rope. Buster walks away, then holds out his arms. Mutiny pulls himself up onto the ledge of the ring. Buster turns around, sees Mutiny on the ledge of the ring, then runs at him. Mutiny pulls down the top rope. Buster goes over the top rope, then lands onto the floor. "There goes Buster," said announcer number 2. Buster is yelling, then bangs onto the announce table. "This is bullshit," said Buster. The Hallowed goes into the corner, then quickly moves. Mr. Indestructible goes face first into the corner, then turns around. The Hallowed superkicks Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible falls onto the mat, then groans. Mutiny stands up. The Hallowed bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then jumps at Mutiny. Mutiny ducks. Buster turns around. The Hallowed goes over the top rope, then lands onto Buster. Hallowed just eliminated himself. "But I think he was aiming for Mutiny," said announce number 1. "We're down to 2, said announcer number 2. Mutiny rolls inside of the ring, stands up, then looks at Mr. Indestructible. Mr. Indestructible slowly standing up. Mutiny runs at Mr. Indestructible, then goes for a running knee onto him. Mr. Indestructible sidesteps Mutiny. Mutiny lands onto the mat. He groans, then stands up. Mr. Indestructible lifts Mutiny over his head. "Look at the power of Mr. Indestructible," said announcer number 1. Mr. Indestructible runs towards the ropes, then throws Mutiny. Mutiny lands onto both Buster and the Hallowed Beldings. "Here are your winners, Bombardment and Mr. Indestructible," said announcer number 3. Bombardment and Mr. Indestructible will face the tag champions. "And they're gonna need a lot of luck," said announcer number 2. "I agree with you. Because Bombardment and Martyr were fighting both Ravager and Strangler out here earlier. And they were having trouble," said announcer number 1. "Good luck, Ravager and Strangler," said announcer number 2. "Well, folks, we now turn our attention to number 1 contenders match for the Transcontinental Championship," said announcer number 1. "Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall. Is a number 1 contenders match for the Transcontinental Championship. Introducing the challengers first, the Crow and his opponent, Pain," said announcer number 3. "Beldings. Both Pain and the Crow are walking around the ring, then lock up. Pain puts a headlock onto the Crow. The Crow groans, bounces Pain off of the ropes, pushes him, then does a shoulder block him. Pain falls onto the mat. The Crow runs, bounces off of the ropes on the side of the ring, then jumps over Pain. Pain quickly stands up, then goes to hip toss the Crow. The Crow blocks, knees Pain's stomach, wraps his left leg around the back of his head, flips, lands onto his feet, then bounces off of the ropes. Pain runs at the Crow, then clotheslines him over the top rope. The Crow lands onto the floor, then he groans. Pain sends Crow outside the ring, said announcer number 2. Pain goes through the middle ropes. The Crow slowly stands up, then kicks Pain's stomach. Pain groans, then knees the Crow's stomach. The Crow groans. Pain grabs the Crow's head, then bounces it off the announce table. The Crow groans. Crow's head just got bounced off our table, said announcer number 1. Come on, Pain, get him in the ring, said referee number 2. Pain grabs the Crow, then throws him into the ring. The Crow stops rolling. Pain climbs onto the ledge of the ring. The Crow quickly stands up, then drop kicks Pain. Pain falls onto the floor. He groans, then holds his right leg. Pain must have twisted his ankle, said announcer number 2. The Crow goes towards the ropes. Referee number 2 stops the Crow. Don't go out there. Stay in the ring, said referee number 2. The Crow rolls out the side of the ring, walks around the corner, then picks Pain up. Pain runs, then rams the Crow into the ring. The Crow groans. Pain is limping. Grabs the Crow, then throws him into the ring. The Crow stops rolling. Pain slides into the ring, stands up, then walks towards the Crow. The Crow grabs Pain's right leg, pulls him down, stands up, then locks in. Ankle lock. What a reversal by Crow, said announcer number 1. I like his wrestling style, said announcer number 2. The Crow tightens the ankle lock. Pain is screaming, then tries reaching for the bottom rope. Tap out, said the Crow. Pain raises his left hand. I think Pain's gonna tap, said announcer number 1. Pain rolls onto the mat. The Crow goes into the ropes. Pain quickly rolls the Crow up. 1, 2. The Crow kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. That was a close one, said announcer number 2. Both Pain and the Crow stand up. The crow goes to punch Pain. Pain ducks. The crow runs then. Bounces off of the ropes. Pain lifts the crow into his right shoulder. The crow is squirming. Lands onto his feet behind Pain, then rolls him up. 1, 2. Pain kicks out. 2, said referee. Number 2. Another close one, said announcer number 1. Both Pain and the crow stand up. Pain kicks. The crow's stomach then sets him up for a double-arm DDT. Will this be it? Asked announcer number 2. The crow runs, then rams Pain into the corner. Pain groans. The crow continuously punches Pain. Pain. Continuously groaning. The crow walks away, runs at Pain, jumps onto the second rope, then does a monkey flip onto him. Pain lands onto the mat, then he groans. What a monkey flip, said announcer number 1. The crow stands up, then waves at Pain. Pain slowly stands up. The crow runs at Pain, then goes for a running knee onto him. Pain sidesteps the crow. The crow staggers forward, then turns around. Pain lifts the crow onto his right shoulder, then does a twisting power slam onto him. The crow groans. Pain covers crow. This might be the end, said announcer number 2. 1, 2. The crow kicks out. 2, said referee number 1. That was an impressive move by Pain, said announcer number 1. Pain stands up, grabs the crow, then picks him up. The crow wraps his arms around Pain, then rolls him up. 1, 2. Pain kicks out. 2, said referee number 2. Both Pain and the crow stand up. Pain goes to kick the crow. The crow catches Pain's right leg, then does a leg sweep onto him. Pain groans, then holds his right leg. Oh, right back to Pain's injured leg, said announcer number 2. The crow goes through the middle rope, then climbs up the turnbuckle. Crow's gonna fly, said announcer number 1. The crow gets to the top turnbuckle, then stands up onto it. Pain stands up. The crow jumps off the top turnbuckle. Pain kicks the crow's stomach. The crow groans. Pain sets the crow up, then does a double-arm DDT onto him. The crow groans. Pain reversed it into his finisher, said announcer number 2. Pain hooks the crow's right leg. 1, 2. The crow put his left leg onto the bottom rope. Hey! His foot is on the bottom rope, Pain, said referee number 2. Pain sees the crow's left foot on the bottom rope, then he sighs. That was so close for Pain. If Crow wasn't that close to the ropes, Pain would be the winner, said announcer number 1. The crow rolls outside of the ring. Pain stands up, looks at the crow, then starts going through the middle rope. Pain, stay inside the ring, said referee number 2. Pain looks at referee number 2. The crow grabs Pain's legs, then pulls him off the ledge. Pain lands onto the floor, then he groans. Oh, that had to hurt Pain, said announcer number 2. The crow is looking at Pain. Pain is slowly standing up. The crow runs at Pain, then does a running knee to the side of his head. Pain's head goes into the barricade, then he falls onto the floor. Pain's definitely out, said announcer number 1. Come on, get in the ring, Crow, said referee number 2. Shut up, said the crow, looking at Pain. Pain slowly stands up. The crow runs at Pain, then goes for a running knee onto him again. Pain quickly moves. The crow's right knee goes into the barricade, then he groans. Crow could have shattered his kneecap, said announcer number 2. The crow turns around. Pain kicks the crow's stomach, sets him up, then does a double-arm DDT onto the floor. Both Pain and the crow are groaning. 8, 9, 10. Ring the bell, said referee number 2. Bell dings. Ladies and gentlemen, both competitors have been counted out, said announcer number 3. So, the Thunder won't have an opponent now, said announcer number 1. I hope so. These two fought with everything they had. And maybe one of them impressed Miss Dennis, said announcer number 2. Well, let's hope there will be a Transcontinental Championship match at the next pay-per-view. Well, folks, we've made it to our main event, said announcer number 1. Beldings. This match is scheduled for one fall, is a fatal four-way, and is a number 1 contenders match for the Global Championship. Introducing the challengers, Swine, Mercury, Macho Monster and the Scout, said announcer number 3. Beldings. Mercury runs at Macho Monster. Macho Monster clotheslines Mercury. Mercury groans then rolls outside of the ring. Macho Monster looks at both Swine and the Scout. The Scout runs at Macho Monster. Macho Monster sidesteps. The Scout then throws him over the top rope. The Scout lands onto the floor, rolls onto it, then he groans. Macho Monster turns around. Swine is punching Macho Monster. Macho Monster is groaning then staggering into the ropes. Swine bounces Macho Monster off of the ropes. Macho Monster reverses it. Swine bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring. Macho Monster boots Swine. Swine groans then rolls outside of the ring. How are they gonna take down Macho Monster? Asked announcer number 2. All three are standing up outside of the ring. Hey, we can't go one by one. We need to do this together. Now, surround the ring, said the Scout. All three are walking around the ring, climbing onto the ledge of it, then looking at Macho Monster. They might have found a way, said announcer number 1. Come on, said Macho Monster. All three goes through the middle rope, then start punching Macho Monster. Macho Monster staggers into the corner. All three continue punching Macho Monster. Hey, whip me into him, said Swine. Both Mercury and the Scout whip Swine. Swine runs at Macho Monster, then does a corner body splash onto him. Macho Monster groans. The Scout whips Mercury. Mercury does a corner clothesline onto Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans. Swine whips the Scout. Macho Monster lifts the Scout over the top rope. The Scout lands onto the floor, then he groans. Mercury runs at Macho Monster. Macho Monster clotheslines Mercury. Mercury groans then rolls outside of the ring. Swine punches Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans then pushes Swine away. Swine falls onto the mat, stands up, then runs at Macho Monster. Macho Monster boots Swine. Swine lands onto the mat, then he groans. Macho Monster has taken control of this match, said announcer number 2. Macho Monster picks Swine up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. Swine groans. Macho Monster bounces off of the ropes, then does an elbow drop onto Swine. Swine groans again. Macho Monster covers Swine. 1, 2. Mercury lands onto Macho Monster. 2, said referee number 3. That was a close one, said announcer number 1. Mercury continuously hits Macho Monster's back. Macho Monster continuously groaning, then pushes Mercury. Mercury goes through the middle rope, then lands onto the ledge of the ring. Macho Monster stands up, approaches Mercury, then picks him up. Mercury grabs Macho Monster's head, then hangs him off the top rope. Macho Monster gasps, then staggers backwards. Swine rolls Macho Monster up. 1, 2. Macho Monster kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. Swine almost pinned Macho Monster, said announcer number 2. Both Macho Monster and Swine stand up. Macho Monster goes to clothesline Swine. Swine ducks, runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Macho Monster turns around. Swine does a jumping shoulder block onto Macho Monster. Macho Monster staggers. Mercury slides into the ring, then runs. Both Mercury and Swine bounce off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then try to clothesline Macho Monster. Macho Monster continues staggering. The Scout slides into the ring, stands up, then nods his head. Both Mercury and the Scout dropkick Macho Monster. Macho Monster goes into the ropes. Swine bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, runs at Macho Monster, then clotheslines him over the top rope. Macho Monster lands onto the floor. They knock down Macho Monster, said announcer number 1. Swine smiling then turns around. Both Mercury and the Scout lift Swine, then do a double flapjack onto him. Swine groans, then rolls outside of the ring. The Scout starts to stand up. Mercury kicks the Scout. The Scout groans. That partnership didn't last long, said announcer number 2. Never do when it's every man for themselves, said announcer number 1. Mercury picks the Scout up, bounces him off of the ropes, then does a kitchen sink. The Scout flips onto the mat, then groans. Mercury covers the Scout. 1, 2. The Scout kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. Mercury stands up, picks the Scout up, lifts, then slams him onto the mat. The Scout groans. Mercury runs, then bounces off of the ropes. Swine pulls onto Mercury's legs, pulls him outside of the ring, grabs him, runs, then throws him into the barricade. Mercury groans. That's what happens when you turn your back on people, said Swine, walking, sliding into the ring. Then standing up. The Scout is laying in the middle of the ring. Swine runs, then goes for a senton onto the Scout. The Scout moves. Swine lands onto the mat. He groans, then slowly stands up. That had to hurt Swine's back, said announcer number 2. The Scout stands up, kicks Swine's stomach, then wraps his arms around his head. Swine pushes the Scout. The Scout staggers forward, then turns around. Swine continuously clotheslines the Scout. The Scout continuously groaning, then standing up. Swine whips the Scout into the corner, runs, then does a corner body splash onto him. The Scout groans, then falls onto the mat. Oh, Scout might be out, said announcer number 1. Swine drags the Scout to the middle of the ring, runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a senton onto him. The Scout groans. Swine covers the Scout. 1, 2. The Scout barely kicks out. 2, said referee number 3. Scout kicked out, said announcer number 2. Swine stands up, walks towards the corner, then waves at the Scout. Swine's going for his running knee, said announcer number 2. Macho Monster stands onto the ledge of the ring. Swine punches Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans, then sways onto the ledge of the ring. Swine runs, bounces off of the ropes on the opposite side of the ring, then goes to punch Macho Monster. Macho Monster grabs Swine by his throat, lifts him up, then chokeslams him. Swine groans. What a chokeslam, said announcer number 1. Macho Monster goes over top rope, picks Swine up, then sets him up for a cobra clutch. What's this? Macho Monster never did anything like this before, said announcer number 2. Something new, I guess, said announcer number 1. Macho Monster is smiling. The Scout low blows Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans, lets go of Swine, then falls onto his knees. The Scout wraps his hands around Macho Monster's head, then does a cutter onto him. Macho Monster groans, then lays onto the mat. Swine stands up, runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a senton onto Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans. Swine stands up, then high-fives the Scout, then goes to walk. The Scout pulls Swine back, then does a cutter onto him. Swine groans, then rolls outside of the ring. "What a cutter out of nowhere," said announcer number 2. Macho Monster is slowly moving. The Scout looks at Macho Monster, bounces off of the ropes, then does a cutter from the left side of Macho Monster. Macho Monster lands onto the mat, then he groans. The Scout stands up. Mercury slides into the ring, grabs the Scout from behind, runs, then throws him over the top rope. The Scout lands onto Swine. Both Swine and the Scout are groaning. Mercury looks at Macho Monster, runs, bounces off of the ropes, then does a body splash onto him. 1, 2. Macho Monster barely kicks out. 2, said referee. Number 3. What will it take to keep Macho Monster down? Asked announcer number 1. Mercury stands up, runs, bounces off of the ropes, jumps over Macho Monster, bounces off the ropes on the opposite side of the ring side, jumps over Macho Monster again, bounces off the ropes a third time, then does a jumping body splash onto Macho Monster. Macho Monster groans. Mercury hooks Macho Monster's left leg. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell, said referee number 3. Bell dings. Here's your winner, Mercury, said announcer number 3. Mercury has done something not a lot have done. And that's pin Macho Monster, said announcer number 2. Yeah, so he makes history as being another to beat Macho Monster. Plus, he will now face the global champion, Caesar, said announce number 1. I can't believe it. Mercury got very lucky, said announcer number 2. Yes, he did. Well, folks, we want to thank you for watching. Be safe out there and good night, said announcer number 1. Bye-bye, said announcer number 2 waving. The crowd is cheering. The end.